Hey guys, Aude here from Valerian Osteopathy. Just a quick video about hypermobility or double jointedness. So you might have been told at some point in your life that you are double jointed, or the proper medical term for it, hypermobile. So basically, if you have increased range of motion in your joint, often the joint that people notice most are elbows, fingers, and knees. So at some point in your life, it might have even been a party trick when you can just bend your elbows backwards and it's just a little bit gross. So often the explanation for that is hypermobility, which in itself, most of the time is not a problem, but can become one later on in life. It can predispose you to a few issues, like for example, early onset osteoarthritis, which is when your joints wear down a little bit because of that increased range of motion. So there is a few things that you can do for yourself when you're hypermobile. Often, hypermobile people will feel really tight, which in all fairness, you're not. Your brain is tricking you, making you feel tight, so you're more mindful and aware of those little movements that you have a little bit too much of. Often, actually, your muscles are in a complete state of fatigue, which is why it can feel a little bit sore. So, manual therapy, like osteopathy, is actually great to deal with hypermobile or double jointed patients. So we release a few areas that are hypomobile, so move a lot less than the area that moves too much. So we sort of release those areas really gently, help the muscles cope better with the load, and depending on the osteopath that you see, depending on the medical professional that you see, will give you strengthening exercises. And that is my next point. The best way to manage hypermobility on top of manual therapy every once in a while is actually a really strong strengthening program using gentle resistance. The only thing to be mindful of when you strengthen your joint is because you have too much range of motion. When you start exercising, for example, let's take the elbow. When you're going to do biceps curls, for example, or triceps strengthening, which is a complete must for elbow strengthening. When you do a biceps curl, because you have a little bit too much, you shouldn't go to the end range of motion. You should stay into the vector, so about here. It works a little bit better with triceps to show you, because often this is how we actually measure hypermobility, is how much extension you have in the elbow. If you're going to do anything triceps related, especially with a weight, which is the best way to strengthen your muscles, you should stop at about here. Hypermobile people will actually be able to go into that sort of vector a lot further than that, depending on how strong your hypermobility is. So stay about there, and then you can come back and back down. So it works with every joint. It's the same with your knees. It is the same with the shoulders. We will do separate videos on how to strengthen yourself with hypermobility, but always keep a little bit of range of motion. Never go to your end range, because that is too far, and this is where you could actually injure yourself down the line. So there is a good article on our website in the health blog section about hypermobility, its classification, and a lot of resources about support groups. There is a lot of really good groups in the UK that actually deal with hypermobility. A lot more information on the article about what to do, where to go to, what it is, and how it's classified. Even though it is a little bit of a blurry classification at the moment, there is a lot more information in the article. As usual, guys, any questions, any comment, please do not hesitate to call us, contact us, send us an email, or if you're in the Rochester area, just book yourself in and we can have a little bit of a chat and find the plan that is the best for you. See you later, guys. Take care.